Hello, welcome back. So what we're going to be doing now is basically the same operations. We're going to be solving linear equations. But here we're not going to have any numbers. We're simply going to be representing numbers with variables. And so this is going to sort of force you to really understand what you are doing. So let's try to explain this with an example. So check this out. What we want to do is solve this equation for x, just as we always have. But notice there's no numbers. So b and c actually represent constants in this case. And so what I always want to do is get all the variables on one side, all the numbers on the other, and then multiply by the reciprocal of the coefficient in front of x. So let's do that. What I'll do is simply subtract b from each side. And that leaves me with ax is equal to c minus b. All right, now I want to get rid of that a. So what I'm going to do there is simply multiply each side by 1 over a. So everything I'm doing is exactly what I've done before. And finally I have x is equal to c minus b over a. So take a look at each step there. I've done something that I've been doing all along. Subtract something from each side, multiply by the reciprocal of that. The only difference is that I get coefficients here, constants here, that can't be simplified. I don't know what c minus b is. I don't know what I get when I take c minus b and divide by a. But c minus b over a is what x is equal to. Alright, so let's look at another example. So take a look here. In this case I have this equation and I want to solve it for t. In other words, isolate t. So in order to do that, what I want to do is get rid of this b, and I'll just rewrite the sides, and so that gives me a times t is equal to r minus b. Now I'm going to multiply both sides by 1 over a, and I get t is equal to r minus b over a. Okay, example 2. Make sense? So here I have an equation, and I want to solve it for f. So does this equation look familiar to you? This tells you how to get the centigrade degrees if we know what the Fahrenheit degrees are. And so what we're going to do now is reverse that and figure out what the Fahrenheit degrees are as if we know the centigrade. So as we take a look at this, we recognize that we got to do a little simplification first. So we get c is equal to 5/9 f minus 5/9 times 32. That's 160 over 9. So I want to get f by itself, which means that I want to get rid of this 160 over 9. So to get rid of that, I just add 160 over 9 to each side. Now I can't add c and 160 over 9, so that just gets written as c plus 160 over 9 is equal to 5/9 times f. So what do I want to do now? I want to get rid of this 5/9. Should have given myself a little bit more room, but multiply by 9/5. Multiply this side by 9/5. And if I do that, I'm going to get f is equal to 9/5 c plus 9/5 times 160 over 9, and that comes out to be 32. So this is my conversion, if I'm given centigrade, how to get Fahrenheit degrees. And there we go. So I know this is always a little bit confusing when you're not working with numbers, but the operations that we're doing are exactly what we have been doing before. Okay, see you next time.